hear a faint familiar, long forgotten song, an ancient melody reminding me I can depend on love's sweet gentle voice to sing me awake. The night is over, I am ultimately safe.
It's exhausting, isn't it?
It's very tiring.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, my own purpose in life was being neglected because I wasn't going about it in the right way. And so it turns out that that is my purpose. I feel I'm here to spread joy and to spread happiness, but not by doing it for other people. Instead, I try to just show them how to do it for themselves. And it's a lot easier on everybody that way. I'm not in that you should mode that I thought was the right way to do things. And so I stopped shooting on people, and it's much more fun.
Nice. So if someone were watching this right now, and they're going through a real tough time, maybe it's a dark period or a challenge or a loss, what would you tell them?
Well, I think I would share a quote from Joseph Campbell, who was a wonderful expert on mythology. And he tells us about the hero's journey in life that we all take. And we see it in a lot of films that we all love, like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. Those are all journeys that a hero takes. And he said, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Now, I always thought a cave meant a dark place that I would have to go into bravely on my own. And it turns out that when I would turn my back on those caves that came to me, like after my sister died, after my brother died, after another sister died, after a divorce, after my husband died, after my best friend died, all these different opportunities came to me. And it wasn't until more recently, in the past maybe 10 or 15 years, that I knew what to do with those caves. I knew that I could grab the light of spirit and I could take others with me. Through prayer, through meditation. We never have to enter that cave alone. But when we ignore it, a bigger cave comes along. It's a lesson that we intended to learn for our own life so we can expand and joy more. And I really feel that that's an important thing to understand, that if you've got a situation that's making you feel really sad or upset or you're grieving, and it doesn't have to always be that someone has died. It could be a job loss or a friend who moved away or a child who's growing up and moving out. You know, that was a big challenge for me when my daughter left home for college years ago. You know, I felt, my gosh, I've lost her forever. And of course, I became very dramatic about that. And we dramatize sometimes these situations instead of learning that golden nugget of information that it can actually teach us, where we could live a happier life. So I think really an important thing that I've learned is that I'm never alone. It's only when I isolate myself from others that that's when I start feeling alone. I feel cut off from spirit. I feel like, you know, God doesn't even care, or why would he send me all these horrible things that happen? You know? And so the more I can connect with Source, and I do this through meditation and prayer, and just getting quiet, get out in nature. I take walks with my dog and just get very quiet about, look at all the beauty of creation, and I'm a part of this. What a wonderful gift. The more I access the gift of the relationships that have come and gone in my life, the easier it is, you know, to feel that sense of strength inside and that I'm not a victim of circumstances. This is just part of my journey. And there are more things around the corner.
You know what I love about listening to you, Evelyn, is when you're saying that it's about taking time with yourself and really spending that time with your own spirit, your own soul. And I have found, and this is what I coach my clients on too, is that when we do that, we can never feel abandoned, because it's usually us that have abandoned ourselves. And so exactly. I love listening. I can't wait for people to read your story in the book too. It's going to touch so many lives.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh, this has been wonderful. Thank you for having me, Sandy.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
I have answered in silence. I listen at length to the calling of my heart, unwavering.